Okay people, this is himself, and in this video we're going to look at punishing Jin's Zen and Crouching Demon stances. I know there's videos out there showing the best punish for every single Jin attack, but this video is not a repeat of that. Instead, my aim is to help you simplify your defense against these stances so that you can then spend more energy concentrating on your own offense. So Jin has two stances, ZEN and CDS. But the thing is that these have the same moves coming out of them and the same moves transitioning into them. The only exception is that CDS allows Jin to go into a forward dash while ZEN doesn't. With that explained, let's look at the attacks that come out. The first move is ZEN 1. This is a 16 frame mid that is -3 on block, making it unpunishable. It also has an extension which is 2. Again, this is mid, but on block it's -14, meaning you can punish with back +1/2. I tried sidestepping the second hit after blocking the first, but was unsuccessful. However, you can use King's Reversal if you're sure it's coming. The next move is ZEN 2. This is a 22 frame mid, and due to the way he moves, it has some evasive properties. However, this is also -14 on block, so you can punish with back +1/2. The next move is ZEN 3. This is a 17 frame mid that is -9 on block. It is also a homing move which discourages you from sidestepping. The next move is ZEN 4. This is a low which comes out in 25 frames and high crushes from the first. However, it is -26 on block. This means that you can punish using Atlas Hammer, but you'll need to be quick. You can do it by hitting up to crouch cancel, then inputting the command. However, if you're having trouble with this, while standing 1+2 is the next best thing. He also has ZEN 1+2. This comes out in 13 frames, so it's his fastest move and it's a launcher. But both hits are high and they jail, so you can't block the first and then duck the second. Despite being -13 on block, the move has pushback. This means that back +1/2 will whiff. What I would suggest is using forward +2. This won't punish him because it's too slow, but it's a safe ranged mid, so you'll catch him if he ducks. And a Jin player might, because they're looking for that whiff, and most 12 frame punishers are high. Finally, he has ZEN 3+4. This is a mid that comes out in 22 frames and low crushes from the 10th. It is also +8 on block. This is important because flying kicks look similar to hop kicks, and the tendency is to try and punish them with a 12 framer. However, if you do that in this case, you can easily get launched. So this is a move to be careful with. Also, Jin has DF, which allows him to go into a crouch dash and access all the moves that come out from there. For the next part of this video, we're going to look at the moves that transition into the stances and what King can do in those situations. The first move is F+4, because I believe that this may be his best option for going into a stance. F+4 is a 16 frame mid that is -8 on block. However, when he goes into stance, it becomes a -1 on block. This means that King can use DF2 to interrupt all options. If you're confident that Jin will attempt to move, then DF2-1 can be used to start a juggle. If for some reason he goes for ZEN 3+4, you'll catch him in the air and you can finish with the air throw. However, if you become predictable with this, Jin can choose not to go into stance and then duck under the 1. Because of this, I would only use DF2 if I'm sure I'll get the counter hit. On hit, F+4 puts Jin at +4. However, when he goes into stance, it's +11. This means that ZEN 1, 2 and 3 and 1+2 are all uninterruptible. ZEN 3 actually becomes a launcher, so all I can suggest is to try and read your opponent. In fact, that's what I suggest for any move that transitions and hits, because Jin will have enough frames to hurt you. The only exception is while standing 1-2, which I'll cover near the end. Back forward 2-3 is similar to F+4 since he's -1 on block when going into stance. This means that you can interrupt all options with DF2 as before. However, you probably won't see this much because when he goes into stance, the move is actually -12 on block, so it's hard for him to induce a mix-up. What would have been good here is if King had a 12 frame mid. This is because it would interrupt all options from stance and punish on block if he doesn't transition. But King doesn't, so you have to make do with what we have. Jin also has back +3, which is similar to F+4. It's 15 frames, so 1 frame faster, but it's -6 on block rather than -8. However, while F+4 is -1 if he goes into stance, here he's at -2. This means that as well as using DF2 to interrupt, King can also use DF1. While this doesn't get the counter hit juggle, it is better frames on block if he doesn't go into stance. It will also catch Jin if he chooses to sidestep in either direction after a regular back +3. Jin also has DF3-3. This is a natural combo, comes out in 14 frames and is -8 on block, but it's mid-high, so you can duck under the second hit if you block the first. He can go into stance, which is -7 on block, but he can also step backwards to avoid short range moves. So because of this, we need an option that covers this extra possibility. And this is where we have a problem because I couldn't find something that covers everything. One option is FF4 Convict Kick. This will touch Jin if he backsteps and grant you a DDT if he goes into stance. However, it won't track sidesteps in either direction, leaving King open to punishment. On top of that, Convict Kick is -15 on block. It has pushback, but Jin may be able to punish it. The alternative is F+4. This is a homing move, so it'll track sidesteps and it's safe. It'll also interrupt the stance, but it whiffs against the backstep, meaning leaving King open. So it's a guessing game unless somebody can find something better. The last standing move that transitions into stance is 1-3. This is a 10 frame string that is high, but it jails, so you can't duck the second hit, and it's safe at -6. Just like DF3-3, he also has the option to backstep. However, the gap created is not as big. This means that F+4 can be used to touch him, and it will interrupt stance moves. And finally, we have while standing 1-2. This hits mid, and is a 13 frame while standing punisher. It is also safe on block at -8. When he goes into stance on block, he's at -9, so DF2 will get you the counter hit juggle. But if you want to play safe, F+4 is the way to go. This will track sidesteps and interrupt all stance options. It will also clash with the jab if Jin chooses to do that, and that's what I'm demonstrating here. If by chance you're in rage, you can actually use the blue bomb. This will interrupt all stance options, track sidesteps and a backdash, and if he happens to block it, you're still at plus frames, so all is good. If while standing 1-2 happens to hit, Jin is only at +2, but King is forced into a crouch. Because of this, your best response is while standing 2-2. This will track sidesteps and interrupt all stance options, apart from CDS1, where you'll get a clash, which is what I'm demonstrating here. You think that with while standing 2 being 14 frames, it would get interrupted by CDS 1+2, which is 13 frames. But King seems to crush under it, meaning that you don't get launched. The only downside is that while standing 2-2 is minus 12 on block. Sorry, while standing 2 is minus 12 on block, and while standing 2-2 is minus 14. So you can get punished if he stands and blocks. And that was the last move. I hope you guys learned something. If you did, please like, share and subscribe. If you think I've missed something out or got something wrong, then say so in the comments. Also, tell me in the comments which character you want me to look at punishing next, because I'll definitely be doing more videos like this very soon. So keep your eyes peeled for those, and I'll see you in the future.